Uh, that is not what I said. I'm still trying to fix something, Beth. And, okay. I can't see what I'm writing. And it's in seconds. 60 seconds is a minute. 120. Done. Okay. Did that do it? Yeah, every 2 minutes. Now, I don't know how that's going to work. I'm just trying to protect myself a little bit this morning. I'm feeling something, okay? And I can't always determine exactly what I'm feeling. I'm glad that my moderators are already here. My back's a little stiff. Are you freaking kidding me? How come I can't get that out? Oh, there we go. I know I'm not standing at the phone yet. I have a sweater on. It's warm enough in here, but it's kind of how I got dressed this morning. I forgot how these work. Oh, this way, that's right. And then I have to pull the pin. Okay, I have these fold-in stools that came with this little kitchen table thing. All right, there we go. Yes, I'm kind of having a sweater on. I'm thinking the sweater is kind of, I'm getting a hug or something. I don't know. I, I really don't have any real, what words do I want to use, right? I don't have any real anything. You know, sometimes things happen to us or around us, and we just do the best we can with those situations. So here I am. It's been off and on, spring-like, and snow, off and on. Y'all know I'm in the high desert of Arizona, and it is not temperatures like in Phoenix when people think about that, or Tucson. I'm way up high. Come here, Wendy. Come up. Okay, here's Miss Wendy. She can say hi to you guys. She can't put her feet on the table, but good morning. Good morning, Leanna. Thank you, girls, for catching those smack a troll today, please. Yeah, so here's Miss Wendy with me. Hi, Francisco. New people, please, if you want me to really see your comments or your questions, please put 3 uppercase Q's before what you've written for me to speak about or whatever. Today we're going to talk a little bit about end of life stuff and the fact that my mother died this week. No, we weren't particularly close. And yet it's still a big life event. And I have spent quite a bit of time this week on the phone, in my humble opinion, being supportive of my other siblings going through well, it's been about 2 weeks or more, but the end of life event in the house that they're living in. Some of my sisters. Okay, so I come from a family. There were 5 of us girls and 1 boy, the boy being the youngest. My brother uh, has a pretty responsible job and has a house. Um, I can say in the state of in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Um, so that's that. And then so some of my sisters have either been there or are there or live there or live close by or something. I have one of my children lives in Virginia as well. Um, I took the time to contact an aunt, and it was my mother's younger sister, and I listened to her, I think 3 different times, 2.5 hours. She needed to talk and process. And so I listened to her. I think that that has, it's my role this time. That's the way it is for now. Um, so, uh, I tried, when I set up the live stream this morning, I tried to um, put in the location and more details like I used to, and YouTube wouldn't let it. I don't know whether I didn't have enough signal or what, but I couldn't do it. So if any of you stumbled across this and you don't belong here or want to be here, go on. I come out every Sunday morning, most Sunday mornings, 9:30 a.m. Arizona time. You have to adjust that time for wherever you are. Yes, I'm older. Yes, I've lived off grid most of my life. Um, I've been a world traveler. I've done long distance hiking. I've been a part of many of the first rubber tramp rendezvous and nomad things. I have technically, I have been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Each person's MS acts differently. Mine seems to now be in remission after my doing a very strict 2.5 years of carnivore diet. I am now able to expand my diet, and now I'm doing more animal based. After years and years and years of struggling with solar, I am still struggling with solar to run a refrigerator, and all I want it to do is run a 12-volt refrigerator. You'd think I would have figured out how to make it work since the first time I started trying to do this was in 2011. But based on my low income and my tendency toward simplicity, simple living, quiet living, and minimalism, I give up for long periods of time. This morning, I briefly entertained the thought of, if I didn't have so much money in the current solar, I would just sell the whole shebang and just be done. Go back to, I know how to use jerky and a cooler. And why am I doing this? It takes too much energy. I don't know if I truly will do that. But this kit that I have, I am in contact with the company. They are Chinese. But Asian countries seem to make good battery packs. I've got an investment in this solar this time. I am fairly certain that at some point in time, unless I can make this work super good easily, I will probably sell 2 of the battery packs. One of the battery packs I'll sell along with the ceramic cook pot that can work with it. So that's that stuff. Girls, I'm calling you girls, sorry. Beth and Mary, you want me to change the settings so we don't have so many outsiders? Hi, Donna Kay. The only free handout you're going to get on my channel is advice from years and years and years of the years and years of my living in alternative lifestyles. Okay, that might help. There we go. There we go. So, yes, you're welcome. I forgot what day it was. Maybe Thursday afternoon when I got the phone call that my mom had passed. I think that's correct. Anyway, I did a lot of grieving a year ago when there was an odd contact from a family friend, I guess, acquaintance, that we used to go to church with years and years and years ago. And so a year ago in the summer, they had said, "I'm so sorry to hear about your mother's passing." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I thought she was really dead. And it was, what, 3 hours or something when I processed it. I called the therapist, I cried, I did all kinds of stuff. And then I realized it was time for me to work through that, so I did. And so I worked through it enough. There's sounds. The inverter is right beside me for the solar kit. If you can hear that, I'd rather it wasn't on, but if I turn it off, well, there's only cheese in the refrigerator. It really wouldn't bother it, but I'm not turning it off yet. Anyway, hi, Bernie. So I felt like I'd be more phone support for the through it in their real time. So I called, and of course I checked in. She was my mother. I'm not sure what I want to say. I didn't realize that she had been watching my channel a lot. And so that way she knew things about me that I didn't know she knew stuff about me. But it's okay. I mean, I always talked as if, I always would check things, and you guys have heard me say it before. Just in case a family member's watching, let me be careful how I say this. But, we all get to do our right? And so I tried to be careful over the years. Just in case. And to find out that she knew. That's okay. Um, but I found out I was at work and I didn't feel anything at first. I just was going about my business. Then I realized I was distracted. Like I went to do some normal thing at work and I forgot what I was doing in the middle of it. And then something else happened and I went to answer the phone or something and like I couldn't remember what to say or something. And I was like, oh, this feels like I'm just distracted. And I was like, I wonder if our physical bodies have to go through something. Um, and if, because I thought I'd done a pretty good job processing. So then the next day I found myself kind of, oh no, driving home that night, I found myself just like in a daze or maybe it was surreal. You know, paintings that have the clocks in them, that the clocks are melted. That's a surrealistic painting. So that kind of feeling like you're there, but you're not all there. And you're not quite sure what's happening or something. And so I was, you know, giving myself enough grace to not worry about it. And I told enough people around me before I left work so that if I did something really, if I acted oddly, they could blame it on that, you know. And then that night I had to drive past home a half hour more and turn around and then come back. And so I did that. It was good to do the driving, felt good. I bumped into another Nomad at the grocery store entrance. And they wanted to give me a hug. And you guys know I'm pretty huggy. I quit hug them. I was like, no, no, I don't know why I feel. Oh, yesterday at work, I felt just off a little bit in the afternoon. Once I started to get tired. Would you like to go outdoors? You want to go outside? Come on, I'll put you out. Come on. Take your cookie. You want to take your cookie out? You want to take your cookie outdoors? Here, take your cookie. Go outside. Don't let the bird get it. Here. Don't let the bird get it. Here, Wendy. Take it outside. Yeah, good girl. Go on out, Karma. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so she's outside with her dog treat cookie. And so basically, I've been dealing with the death and dying thing secondhand because mostly on the phone. I told you I contacted my aunt. But so I just in the afternoon when I got tired, it got really tired yesterday. And I just was like, what is going on with me? I don't need to be this tired. I didn't work this hard today. I just put my head down on the desk. So I guess I'm human. As if we didn't already know that. I guess I'm okay. I guess it's normal probably. But we weren't close. I mean, when I was younger, I thought we were close until, well, whatever. So in the middle of the night, I woke up once last night with this odd feeling that it was okay to finally relax. And that's not the thing that I said in my mind. What I said in my mind was, oh my gosh, my muscles. I've been holding my muscles tight my entire life, being concerned that if I said the wrong thing or looked the wrong way or picked the wrong clothes to wear, something would happen bad. And I don't have to do that anymore. With this person no longer here, my body can relax. Well, then I realized that my body was fighting relaxing. It was like, okay, Lesa, take a deep breath. let some air out, and feel your muscles just settle. And I was like, okay. I did it a few times, and there was some pain and some, whatever. I have been holding those muscles probably my entire life. I'm 65, 66. What am I, 66? Right? I forgot how old I am. I'm 66. I'm like, that's a long time to hold muscles tight. And it's like, even when I was relaxed, there was a little tightness. It was a little bit of, be careful, you gotta look out for yourself. Nobody helping you with nothing, you know. So, who said that? Beth? Beth, yeah, I'm not Superwoman. Yeah, believe me, I'm not me. I'm so freaking not Superwoman. Uh, um, Listening to my aunt and my siblings, um, I felt the need to process some of that, and yet the way I've been active with work and driving so many, a drive to town, it's 50 miles one way to where I work. It's actually like between half an hour if I'm driving fast to 45 minutes to get to work every day, every weekday. And then every weekend so far, I've been busy getting things done. Um, but I haven't heard from anybody for this weekend, and I need to go to Snowflake this afternoon. Yes, Catherine, I said Snowflake, but I don't think I don't have time to come visit you. If you were in town, we could meet up somewhere. I need to get some food for the week, but I need to take a payment. I need to pay off the civil engineer, and he's in Sholo. And he said I could drop it off this weekend. So, so I'll do that this afternoon, in spite of whatever's going on with people that were going to help me with some other things here at home. I think we can take a week off. We've had a couple of weeks off with snow and them having puppies, and them dealing with their own things and stuff. So it's okay. Um, I really, really, really am in the mood for downsizing everything that is not minimalistically. Oh, yay, wonderful, Catherine. Um, I really want to downsize everything that is not minimalistically helpful for the life I want to live. And because I've been experiencing this particular EOL, end of life situation, of course, like a normal human being, it brings up the thoughts of what I want and what I've always thought would happen for me and how that might happen. You guys, I think I've shared with you that I'm going to declare a graveyard here on my property, because I'm going to have my son inherit this. And so we'll just take care of things with the graveyard here. We won't have to deal with that kind of stuff. It'll be a little less um, financially. It'll cost a little less on the family as well. Hi, Jer. So that's kind of going on right now. I want that back patio enclosed so freaking bad. I just want it to be a screened in porch. And I just want to do that and get it done. But we had some rain and snow, and now my fence is half laying down because, okay, no offense if my son's listening, okay? My son helped me tremendously, don't get me wrong. But when he said, let's put a gutter up, I said, yeah, I have a piece. You can teach me how to do gutters, okay? And it was an old piece, it was bent, it was whatever, but I was like, what I want to do is put that piece of gutter on the back side of the shower house and run the downspout into that IBC tote. And he argued with me for 2 days about that, and finally I gave in and let him put it on the cabin. So here's what happens now. So my IBC tote is not getting filled. And now I have 2 new ones that are not installed where they're going to live. But the one gutter on the house doesn't have a downspout. It has a piece of a downspout that flaps in the wind. And all the water pours straight on the fence post that was keeping Wendy in the backyard. And that fence post is not cemented in the ground. So this morning, the fence post is like half laying in. You know, there was a reason why I wanted it put on the back side of the shower house, because I could have captured all that water. It could have been helping. And I wouldn't have the problem with the fence. It's okay, deep breath. Just the way I'm seeing it now is I may have to work at least another 3 months. It would be nice if I could start to do a few less days or something. Sometimes, like when I woke up this morning, I was like, I wonder if I could get away with not going to work so much this week. I think this thing with my mother passing, it would be nice to just kind of putz a little at home a couple of days. But I won't do that yet, unless I just can't maneuver. So like I said, I'm going to go to Snowflake this afternoon. Take care of paying the civil engineer. I'll meet up with him, and then I'll probably go to a Walmart and in order to get some groceries. And I need 2 tension rod curtain rods to fix a problem at work. So I'll be doing that. I just realized I've invested a lot of money in stuff lately. I keep giving things away that cost me $60, $70. And I'm like, really? There's not really any problem in that, but there are times when I go, oh, did I really? Like, did I really just spend, okay, here's an example. Did I really just this week spend $100 on a water cooler at work so that it will give us cold and hot water from a jug on the top, like an office water cooler thing? Yes, I did. And some of the guys said, that's gonna be great. We need an electric cord for it. I mean, extension cord. But some of the guys are like, that's gonna be great. And so some of them are splitting the cost with me. It will. We won't have to entertain coffee pots the same. Yes, we can still have coffee pot. That's not what I'm saying. If Jeremy's listening, if Jeremy caught that, I didn't say that. That's not what I mean. But if you want to have ramen noodles, you can push a button now, and once we get it plugged in. And so I think Jeremy's going to help with some other plumbing that I've started to take some things from here that I no longer use. Some for other people, some for the shop. That little stainless RV sink is going to be installed at the shop. I think Jeremy's going to do the plumbing, pretty certain. And it'll become a hand wash station for the guys. They haven't had a place where it can get greasy. So we're going to hook them up with that. Can I get away with pulling this off? I'm hot. Oh, it's 73 in here with the fire's dying down, but it's still there. Um, and I can see Wendy and Karma Kitty running together in the driveway outside the windows back there. If I turned the well, they've gone off now, but if I turned the phone around, I'm not sure you could see it. And we're often just checking to make sure we have signal. That's why I sit still a lot. Oh, I'm not messing with the coffee pot. Don't get me wrong. There's still going to be a coffee pot. It's still in Stan's office right now. It's going to get a new home when we finish the plumbing and stuff. But right now, it is where it is. Don't mess with the coffee pot. I hear you. No, but a nice thing is if you don't like the coffee or you want decaf or something, there'll be both hot and cold water on tap at that water cooler thing. And it's filtered water. But anyway, so that if somebody wants something different, they can go in there and make it real simply. So I'll probably take some of these in. I know some people said those are old lady coffee bags. I don't care. They work, and they're nothing to clean up to speak of. Oh yeah, hot cocoa. Yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But and in the summer we're gonna want that colder water. So I know me. I like a cold iced coffee in the afternoon in the summer. Well, not just in the summer, but uh, we should be able to maneuver that. Anyways, I'm rambling. I don't know if I even know what I'm talking about. I'm rambling. Um, I got one of my driveway alarms up. I've only heard it once, but I did get it up. Um, I just need to clean up around here. I need to get my landscaping back together and my fence line for the cabin, the backyard fence. I just need it fixed. Well, I'm saying fixed. I just need it neat again. And yeah, and we don't have much of a water heater at the shop. It really is only in one sink right now. It's gonna be in two sinks, but that's a little thing. I'll try to remember and put some of those plumbing things in the car. Oh, and I gotta check my toolbox in the car because I knew one of the newer people went in my car the other day at work. But I noticed some things out of place, and so I need to check some things. And no donuts. Yes, you are absolutely right. Okay, so it was the day that I heard that Mom died, and somebody had brought donuts in, and it was late afternoon, so they were old donuts from the morning. They were old, and I haven't had a donut in years, and I thought, I should try it. See, I'm probably not allergic to it. I haven't been allergic to hardly anything. Oh, good Lord, I'm allergic to it. 3 Benadryls later. Yes, Jeremy, no donuts. No donuts at all. Ever. No, we're done with that. Well, I should say, unless I make them, right? Because I don't know what's in commercial ones. But whatever. Yeah, no donuts. But the office looks pretty good. I guess Stan has had a couple of comments from older people who are like, oh my goodness, whatever you've done at the shop, it looks nice, but it's so weird. We liked it better when we can come back to your messy desk and just talk to you. And I was like, but he likes it better. Stan likes it better that he has a private office. And before anybody goes back, one of us girls, well, because we're girls, one of us goes back and checks. Do you have anybody with you? Can you talk to them right now? Or would you like to come out in the front office and visit? So I try to at least get a first name. And there's some people, but I don't want a lot of people. What's the word? I don't want a lot of um, people bothering him when he's in pain, rebuilding my engine. Yes, I have some video that needs to come out. He's been working on my engine. He moved it into his office, his private office, where he could close the door and sit and work on it. And so sometimes he stands and sometimes he sits. He's having a lot of problems with his knees. He's a year older than me. And Stan has a final say on messy versus not messy. Absolutely he is. But he's not the final say on donuts. No, I'm not going to the hospital for a freaking donut. That was such a big mistake. Anyways, I don't think we're going to be on long this morning. Because I couldn't think what I wanted to talk about. What do I want done when I pass? When it's my turn? I want to not do what I heard my mother do in the background on the phone. I don't want to be laying in a bed moaning and groaning in the background with my children crying that we don't want to see you in this much pain. I don't want to go through that. So I don't know whether I decided or I had a dream when I was younger or what, but I always have known that I would be really, really old. Like, I don't know, 125? Really, really old. That could mean 97. I don't know. But I always had a sense I'll be really, really old. And I wanted to bring a few people together to have a get-together or something. And then just go in and take a nap and not wake up. I think that would be the most lovely way to go. And then, since I've already made the determination that I'm going to declare a graveyard here on this property, I still think it's probably cheaper to be cremated and easier on the family. Let's put it this way. I have two things I would like, that two options that I like the idea of. I don't want anybody having to pay for a casket. I just don't. But the two things are, if they could wrap me in linen sheets and dig a hole deep enough and bury me, that would be okay with me. Because I would just go back to the earth like you're supposed to. And the other way is, I think that getting cremated, and then whether it's an urn or if they want to bury me in something, that's fine. I actually looked at some urns, and if I could find one that was mother of pearl, I would probably buy it ahead of time. And if I can afford to someday, I may go ahead. I mean, I can't imagine that this year, but I would go ahead and prepay for my cremation or whatever. You talk about aging like you're going to be well past 100. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, look into the green burials. I just need to make sure. Yes, Jeremy. I just need to make sure with our local people, coroners and whoever, that it is legal for them to do what I'd like done. And like I said, my first preference, wrap me in a couple of linen, really good Egyptian linen. No, it's Egyptian cotton, isn't it? Really good flax linen sheets. Just wrap me in a couple of them, put me in the ground. That I'd be fine with that. But yes, I want to do some of these plans ahead so that there's not so much for my children to deal with. I did get to speak with my daughter this week for a few minutes. She's had 3 people close to her pass away this year. And so she was surprisingly a good person to talk to when I said, well, Grammy's gone. And I had to get your phone number from somebody else because I didn't have the right one. And I hope it's okay that you didn't mind that I called, that kind of a phone call. And she was like, no, oh no, I forgot to send you the number. Okay, Mom, I'll get on it, right? And so, but she sounds really good. I'm surprised, a little bit surprised, because I didn't know. I haven't talked to her in a while. And so, and I talked to my son for a few minutes. My son, I don't know why he keeps thinking that I don't want him here. I do, but I thought he keeps saying he can't come. And so I'm not trying to make it hard for him. I'm just trying to make it so that it's legal and easy for me. And then after that's all taken care of, and like once I get the yard fence fixed up again and I get the landscaping back and I move the garden where I want it and stuff like that, then we can work on ideas for what he wants when he comes, whenever that day happens. So I don't know, but for right now, that's all I'm thinking about at the moment. Because I didn't have the refrigerator running the way I wanted it to this week, I have eaten some processed foods more than normal, more than normally. Now, I just mean what I ate at home. And I'm okay. I feel like my eyes a little weird, but whatever. I just, I think I'm just gonna have to go through whatever I'm going through, and it's okay. Whatever it is, I'll be all right. Speak those things that are not as if they were. Yep. Yes, Bernie. So, yeah, I totally see things going well. I'm going to take my laundry with me when I go to Snowflake when we're finished. I figured if we were done by, oh, I'll be okay. I was going to say I had thought 11, but I'm thinking now if we were done at 10:30, I'd be okay with that. So, do you guys have questions and things? Because I don't have much of a like focus for y'all. I have felt so blessed this week. I was able to have Jess come while I was at work one day and put a bunch of smaller kindling wood inside the cabin and then to restock the wood on the porch because getting home late was sometimes a problem. And sometimes I only need a fire for an hour, like an hour before I go to bed or an hour when I'm getting ready to get in the car to go to work. And what a blessing having that kindling this week. It has made it so much easier. I did have some snow this week, but it wasn't even an inch. It was enough to track the cat, absolutely. But yeah, it wasn't very much, and it melted right off. Very dry this year. So I wanted to get the asparagus bed moved. It has to stay cool to cold for me to move that, but I'm not ready for it yet. Yeah. I'm okay. I want my neat yard back, but we had to dig it up to do the footers so that this could be legal in a with the county. And it is legal now, so I don't have to worry about that. I do need to remember to check on the application for freezing my taxes for the rest of my life. When you hit 66 in our county, there are some low income and age based tax exemption things, and one benefit you can do is when you hit 66 or 67. I think it's the year of you turning 67, you can apply and have your taxes frozen for the rest of your life. It's kind of a nice thing. Okay, thank you, Donna Kay. We will talk someday. I would love it if you guys could come visit, Donna Kay, but I know you can't get the big rig up in here. You would have to either park the big rig on the BLM land down a couple of miles away from me, or at the church and farmers market site, and then come visit. But we'll someday we'll talk about that when you're driving this direction. And in the back of my mind is the whole idea of the tracker will get fixed. It is being fixed, and it's been hard for me to have patience and wait. I learned years and years ago that I was always so close to dying that whether it was by somebody else's hand or a couple of times I wanted to make it happen, those events caused me to come to the belief that if I wanted to do something, I better get it done in case something happened to me. And now that things can take time and they can be in process for more than a year, it's an odd idea in my thinking. I'm trying to embrace it more, but it's kind of weird. And the older I get, there's also the thing of I just want it finished, because not only do I want to get to use it, I don't want to just finish it so somebody else can have it. So there's that too. Hi, Robert and Nancy. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm a little dazed off and on, but not bad. I don't know how to say that. So, but I will take my laundry when I go to Snowflake, and if you freeze the property taxes for your lifetime, will they reassess and charge your son the then current value? They will reassess based on his income and the square footage of the housing on the property when he becomes the owner. And then based on whatever the tax rates are, I may not have that exactly correct, but I'm close. So it's not it. If I understood it right, it stays frozen while I'm alive. Then when I die, it's frozen actually for about a year, and then they'll start paying whatever is more normal, something like that. But taxes are so inexpensive in this area anyway. We're one of the largest counties in the United States. In fact, I think I heard somebody say that our county is the size of Rhode Island or something. Kind of cool. Kind of different. I've been seeing things that I step over or move to do something else. And when that happens for me, sometimes I'm going, I wonder if that thing is just a picture of a piece of my old life I didn't want to give up. And it's okay to give it up now. And so some of the things I'll downsize may have been things that I thought I was supposed to get back to, because I used to do that when I was 17 or when I was 35. And I don't even care about it anymore. So, yeah, I may let some things go. Guys, I feel like that's all I got. Do we have more questions? I could talk about other stuff if somebody wants. Yes, Leanne, I see that. Leanna, I was gonna try to get with you this weekend. That's not gonna happen. But I am gonna take my laundry and I'm gonna see if I can stop and take a shower. And if not, I'll try to grab the shower early in the morning, even if I'm a few minutes later at the office. I always get to the office really early anyways, so it helps though for me to have gone through the workflow for the day with Stan before everybody gets there. It's a little easier. It's to me it's more organized. It's easier for me to just say, "Oh yeah, you're going to work on this today and you're going to work on that," because I've already run it. I've already taken everything in and just double checked with Stan. What do you want to happen this week? These are the ones. This came in first. This one's been sitting a minute, but we need to get to it. And he'll be like, "Oh, put this person on that, put that one on that." But, oh, okay, no problem. I write it right on the top of the form. Makes it easier. Now, if I could just get the auto parts store that we deal with, if I could get better understanding of how their software is set up. There's a whole bunch of stuff we could be doing using their software to organize some of our stuff. And it wouldn't cost us any money. Hi, Babs. So, and things like I had Stan buy 2 tablet books of auto estimate sheets. Pff, I can't talk. And they cost money to buy these books. I don't remember how much they were. Maybe the 2 of them were $20. Maybe they were more. I don't know, but whatever. And it's working really well that we can see who wrote it out. Did they order the parts? All that kind of stuff. But come to find out, there's one in the software of the auto parts store that we use the most. And we should be able to type this stuff in and print it. Or just leave it in there and be able to go look at it. Well, that would save money and time. Yes, it would cost in ink for a printer. Absolutely. But if we could get that straightened out, that would be really nice. Spiritual awakening. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Bernie. Karma Kitty's doing really good with all the weather and everything. He's here every night when we come home. He's understanding the routine. I haven't had to chase him out of the house this week at all. For a while, every time I would start the car to warm it up, he knew that meant we were leaving and he would hide in the cabin. And I'm like underneath the wood stove trying to pull him out because I gotta go. You gotta go outside, you know. Now he's getting it. He goes out. So when I start the car to warm it up or to defrost it or whatever, because I mean, a couple of times this week I had ice on it. And so I would just, turn it on, run the defroster, scrape some ice. But when I do that, I turn the car on, then I come back in and I put Wendy's, thank you, Leanna. I put Wendy's little vest on her. I found out she was getting too hot putting the sweaters on. I didn't realize that was what was happening. But anyway, I put the little harness on her, and then she and Karma go outside and she does her poop where she wants to, and they run and play until I come out. And then all I have to say to Wendy is it's time to load up. And she's right beside the door and she just waits until I open the door. She's at the front door right now. Hang on. Ugh. I am so stiff today, guys. My body feels stiff today. I'm okay, but yeah, I could use a good walk or something, but I have to go do these other things. And Leanna, if I don't get to the shower in town, I don't want to. Your stuff runs on solar. I don't want to come late. So, actually, I don't want to come. I don't want to come late. So, I might pay for a shower in town. I'm also considering, guys. Yes, I'm touching my hair. I'm considering cutting a foot or two off of my hair. Maybe a foot. I don't know. Any thoughts on that? Um, I don't know. Sometimes when somebody close to you passes, you make big changes. And sometimes you don't. Some people shave their heads. I'm not shaving my head. I tried that. Since my hair is often pulled back in a braid, I have tried it before. I have tried to shave my hair thinking I could have a cool shaved head look. And I don't look good that way. Well, the last time I tried it, I didn't look good that way. I don't think I'm going that far. I think I decided, no, I know I decided, but I think I decided all I would do is cut length if I was going to do something. And then I think about it, and then I turn around and I don't do it, and it's okay. Oh, there's a don't cut it. The other thing was that another reason why I was kind of wanting a couple of days at home. I didn't go anywhere yesterday. Sabbath, finally a good restful Sabbath. I took 3 naps. I got up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, called my brother's house at like, I'm not even sure, 4 o'clock. For them, it would have been 6 or something. And then, here. What? Okay, when I fix the yard fence again, I think I want to put a doggy door in the yard fence that I can lock and unlock so she could go out the fence and in the fence when I want her to. Maybe in one of the gates. But yeah, I was up really early, talked to them. Then my aunt called. She talked for a couple hours. And I took a nap. I was tired. And, I like coffee, but I don't like coffee for the caffeine. The caffeine doesn't do a thing for me. So, and then, yeah, I used to donate my hair to Locks of Love. I'm not so sure about that agency anymore, or whatever they're called. But I always donate it because it's long. I mean, my hair grows. This is, I don't even know how many years, not many years. So, but anyway, so that's what's going on, with that stuff. Last week after we stopped the live stream last week, Dennis came by. His wife didn't, because they have that new batch of puppies she was tending to. But he brought the old plank of wood that we're making for my kitchenette. That kitchenette will go on this back wall at this window that I'm pointing at. I'm afraid to move the phone, but it's going to go on under this window. And that window, I'm envisioning, can become a pass-through if we were eating out there once it's screened in, so the bugs won't bother. Bernie's saying, "Don't cut my hair." That's 2 for don't cut it. Okay, gotcha. I mean, I think that way, and sometimes it'll just, one day it'll feel heavy and I'll be like, I should cut that off. And then, 2 weeks later I'll be like, oh yeah, when was that I thought of that? I'm not cutting my hair. But as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter to me when it's my turn to go if I go with my hair down to my ankles or not. Really, my hair just grows. It's the way it is. And I've had it. I've had the braid. So braided, it's way longer when it's not braided. But I've had the braid at my calves before, which means that the hair was below my ankles. So my hair just grows. Well, and I learned how to do historic hair care, which some people in the world think is horrible. And I did a video interview on somebody else's channel teaching people how to do historic hair care and got slammed with horrible negative stuff. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I didn't care for short hair on me either. It didn't work. And I think when my life calms down, as in I don't have such big projects, I think it's easier to deal with when it's long. Part of mine, I know the other day I was thinking it's like 60 something degrees outside and sunny, and the shower house is dry and windproof, and it's, going to the bathroom in there is so much easier. And I was like, oh, when I get a chance to get the floor fixed so I can actually take a shower in here again. It doesn't take much to boil a couple of gallons of water and get a shower here at home, but on a good day when it's not too cold. But I got to get that stuff done. And I think that's why I want a couple of days at home to fix some of those things. And they're not big projects. They're little projects. But if, until they're done, it's a little hard. Not hard. I just have to do something else. And honestly, if I go to the 5 showers down in St. John's, the shower stall is about 3 feet square. It's really tiny. And it's hard. I need a little space when I'm dealing with this much hair. Unless I'm going to, do it over my head, over a bucket kind of thing. But that's hard to do in a shower stall. So, yeah, it's just a thing. But, anyways. I think we're going to go. I think I'm going to go. And I need to go do the snowflake thing and get that over with. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I hope the Chinese company helps me finish figuring out this solar system. I know the whole tariff thing, the whole delivery. These cables are incredibly thick. They're cool. But I can't figure out whether I've got a bad cable or a bad hub that links the batteries all together. Can't figure that out. But I have got 5 1,000 watt hour lithium batteries that are at 100%. Wait, I have 4. Because one of them's only at 98 because the refrigerator's plugged in. So, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. We'll be back here hopefully next week. Most Sundays. Same bat time, same bat channel. You all take care. I am going to go drive about an hour and a little bit away. If anybody wants to talk to me on the phone while I'm driving, I have a headset I can plug in. So, y'all have a good week. And I'll try to get my laundry done, get groceries, stop at Walmart and get a couple of things for the office, and get my butt home early enough that there's still some daylight. That would be nice. And, yeah, if you're in the mood to pray or whatever you do with your greater power thing, Would you remember my family? My brother basically gave up his adult life to take care of my parents. They were not like sickly the whole time. He just took it on as the son's duty. And my father passed away in my brother's house. I didn't say my son, did I? My father passed away in my brother's house in December of 2009. And then my mother, they moved to another town, and my mother just passed away in my brother's house. And so he was there for both things. And when he called to tell me, he said that he had called the hospice nurse to come confirm what they knew to be true, and that I was the next phone call. And then he broke down. And then he called my nephew, evidently Jason, and broke down with him too, of course. But so my brother's been in a lot of different forms of breaking down. He's kind of a big guy, similar to like my son's size. Well, you guys don't know my son's size, but anyway, um, and and he's close to 50 now. He might be 48. My brother, 48 or 49. He's really close to 50. I don't think he's close to 60. Wait, am I saying it right? I can't remember. Wait, maybe he's 58. That would be more correct. He would be 58. He's like 7 years younger than me. So he's like getting close to 60. Um, and my nephew is 10 years younger than him. And some of the guys at work, I'm trying to remember the way I had put that together. Anyway, um, but yeah, so pray for him and them. My oldest sister, Kathy. Okay, so my brother's name is Mark. My oldest sister, Kathy, is 6 years older than me. She evidently doesn't drive anymore, and she lives at that house. And she did a lot of the nighttime caretaking. Evidently, my sister Ruth, who is 6 years younger than me, evidently flew in. My sister Linda, who is 2 years older than me. Did I say that right? Kathy's 4 years, Linda's 2 years. Linda is evidently living close by them. I don't know whether she has her own house or apartment. I don't know all that. But, and so they've all been close, but Mark and Kathy have been having the daily care. And then when I spoke to them yesterday, of course, they were doing the scrubbing and cleaning of the room. The hospital bed was already being removed, and the furniture bed was being put back in because Kathy's son is gonna come for whatever memorial they have. I'm not planning to go. It's next weekend. Yes, I'm open if I should for some reason, or I change my mind or something, but I can't imagine the need for me to go, and the expense of the trip would be a little hard. But we'll just deal. Um, they all know how I feel about it. I was really open with them about the fact that I thought I could be more help just being supportive on the phone. I can listen to them cry. I can take 2.5 hour phone calls from my aunt, stuff like that. And so I understand enough about death and dying that after everything's over and they start to go back to everyday life, that's when they're going to need the emotional support a little more. So I'll be available. I told them that they have my number now. So I don't know what will change, but all right, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a good week. I'm out of here. Ciao.